Good morning, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, kids of all ages. How do I get back to the comments? Good morning. It's Thursday, December 8th. Did I write that down in the video? Or did I put December 6th? Oh, it says it right there. Thursday, December 8th. Good morning, boys and girls. How are you today? I'm doing great, man. I just want to let you guys know that today Missouri goes decriminalized on the marijuana. That's right, boys and girls. Smoke them if you got them. Just don't do it in public. I'm being a little bit of a cunt about it because I'm not exactly a fan of the new Missouri amendment. I think that as Missourians, we should have held out for a better deal with more business opportunities for Missourians than continuing the medical marijuana monopoly here in Missouri. Okay. So I didn't get my way. Everybody voted it in. So let's talk about the good things that we can get out of the legislation. To celebrate today, I know it's early. It's 8 a.m., 8:07. But today we start with some wake and bake. I have some coffee. I have some cannabis. I have some good time. Someone's watching me with their pants off. Holy cow. It's okay if you touch yourself. Just don't make direct eye contact with me, okay? I don't know if that's a man or a woman, but I don't really care. You can masturbate to me, whoever you are. I'm not a homophobe. If you're a dude, you want to pop one off to my image, knock yourself out, buddy. I can understand. Look at me. I'm sexy as fuck. I'd jerk off to me too. How about that? I don't know. Yeah, I was going to get to that. Brittany Griner. I don't know who Brittany Grinder is, but let's go ahead and get straight to the news. No, let's not. Let's take our time. Let's just ease right into this with a little marijuana foreplay. Mm-hmm. Marijuana. Now, boys and girls, I want to let you know that if you want to today, starting today in Missouri, you can have up to 3 ounces of marijuana on your person. Now, I'm going to tell you, we're in a little bit of a gray area right now because until February, you can't purchase any recreational marijuana from any dispensaries. Not that I'm going to anyway, but the regular Joes who haven't done that kind of thing before, I understand why you're attracted to it. I do. I was excited as fuck to buy weed in a dispensary for my first time. I can remember how good it felt. It felt good, and I'm glad. I'm glad that we're moving forward, baby steps, tiny steps, even though we're getting kind of fucked in the process. Today, you can have 3 ounces on you, which is mysterious to me because where in the fuck did the 3 ounces come from? If you can't purchase recreational marijuana from the dispensaries and it's illegal to sell, gift, or any other means of marijuana, then where the fuck did you get the 3 ounces? So for the next 2 months, we're in this weird gray area where, like, I guess we just aren't asking any questions about where your weed come from. Now, boys and girls, I want to tell you, public consumption in Missouri is definitely illegal, okay? Now, this doesn't mean I'm going to stop publicly consuming marijuana by any means, but what this means is that if you get caught consuming marijuana in a public place or a non-designated area, which I have yet to see a marijuana smoking area designated. I can't wait to see it for the first time, but I've never seen it. But if you're caught ingesting marijuana in public, you can be given a $100 fine. Now, that can change from municipality to municipality because they get to pick their own rules. Okay, so be careful out there, folks. Also, it's against the law to consume marijuana and to drive or operate machinery. All right, you get a DUI for that shit. Now, the good news is there's never been a marijuana DUI convicted in America because we have no way to tell if you're intoxicated now, if you're intoxicated from a joint you smoked 6 months ago. And yes, St. John will definitely take your ass to jail because they are country bumpkins down there and they don't give a fuck about no Missouri law. You goddamn stoner's gonna have to calm yourself. No using that shit outside, Earl. I'll arrest you. Yeah, St. John will put their whole hand in your ass for smoking a joint outside. At any rate, be careful out there, okay? Let's be responsible. I'm surprised it doesn't go against their terms of service too. And actually, it does. The good news is I'm not monetized, so it doesn't really matter. They're not watching me that much. You get what I'm saying? So, uh, but I do know that Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, fucking you don't stop, fucking whatever. They all frown on smoking and vaping and using illegal substances. Technically speaking, marijuana is still a Schedule 1 narcotic with no medical use, according to the federal government. So, boys and girls, it's slippery slopes out there, man. Don't take your firearm and a bunch of weed with you, because technically speaking, that could be a crime. Still, I know. I would assume that most police wouldn't work or try to ruin your life in that fashion. But dude, you know how it is, man. There's cops out there that just can't wait to fuck your life up for whatever reason. Like there's people at the DMV who can't wait to not give you your plates. I don't know why they do their job like that, but that's how it works. So anyway, congratulations. Marijuana is decriminalized. Air quotes. I have both hands full. I have one full of coffee, one full of cannabis. Air quotes. Marijuana is decriminalized here in Missouri today. So I might just put 3 ounces on my dashboard and just drive around in circles. That would be power tripping, of course, but we all see it. It happens, man. People love power and they love to abuse that shit, and cops and DMV peoples and even the chicken McDonald's is no different. Okay. So let's go ahead and switch this banner. I want to talk about some other shit. In the history of trades, as far as trades go, I think that America is shitty at trades. I'm going to tell you why. Brittany Griner is a free woman today. Now, I don't have any personal problem against Brittany Griner. I know a lot of people out there do, and it's all pop culture talking points about she didn't stand for the anthem, or, she talks shit about the anthem when Colin Kaepernick was doing his protest. Like, I don't give a fuck. Brittany Griner is an American. She is allowed to protest and behave as she feels fit, as long as it isn't harming anyone else, right? So, like, I don't care about Brittany Griner's past. I don't care about Brittany Griner. She's a WNBA player who got caught possessing marijuana in Russia. This morning I wake up, she's been in jail. She's been moved to these camps. She's supposedly going to spend 8 years in prison over fucking marijuana carts. Which, by the way, if I got caught with a marijuana cart in Russia, I'd still be rotting. Okay, the only reason why they gave a fuck about Britney is because she's a pop culture icon. Maybe not. I don't want to say icon. Like, she's not Lady Gaga or some shit, but she is known in the headlines, and it was an international news story that Russia picked her up for marijuana. So they traded her. They traded her for. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and pull this up. WNBA star Brittany Griner released from Russian detention and prisoner swap for convicted arms dealer. Okay? So, like, America's going to swap somebody out. We're like, hey, we'll swap a criminal for a criminal. Russia butt fucks us, and we give them back the dealer of death. That's what this guy's nickname is. The dealer of death. Victor Bout. I could click on that in a minute. But anyway, WNBA star Brittany Griner has been released from Russian detention, President Joe Biden said Thursday. A source familiar with the matter tells CNN that the swap involves convicted Russian arms dealer Victor Bout. The swap did not include another American that the State Department has declared wrongfully detained, Paul Whelan, because fuck Paul. No one cares about Paul. Who's Paul? No one knows who Paul is. She's safe. She's on a plane and she's on her way home, Biden said at the White House Thursday morning, alongside Griner's wife, Sherelle. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances, Brittany will soon be back in the arms of her loved ones, and she should have been there all along. Well, Biden, that's funny that you say that, because you wrote a thing called the crime bill that wanted to throw people in the same conditions here in prison in America for possessing 5 grams or more of crack cocaine, which, by the way, your son does on a fairly regular basis, okay? This shit drives me nuts, folks. I can't fucking believe this is real. Biden acknowledged that Griner's release was occurring while Whelan remained in prison, saying that Whelan's family have to have such mixed emotions today. Oh, yeah, poor Paul. This was not a choice of which American to bring home. Yeah, of course it was. Because you had a choice. They were like, hey, we'll give you Paul or we'll give you Brittany. And you're like, How, which one will make more people happy? Since no one knows who the fuck Paul Whelan is, it was obvious that Brittany Griner was going to be the choice to swap for a goddamn arms dealer. This was Biden said efforts to bring Griner home took painstaking and intense negotiations. Don't tell me that whenever you had such a shitty trade, okay? This is a day we've worked towards for a long time. We never stopped pushing for a release. I'll tell you what, man. I don't even want to, like, reading this shit fucking drives me nuts. Marijuana remains a Schedule 1 narcotic here in America. Let me tell you, this is a marijuana cart. If I get caught making or possessing these carts, I am manufacturing a controlled substance, a Schedule 1 narcotic. So in this country, you can still get arrested for making, creating, and possessing what Brittany Griner had in Russia. And they'll throw you in jail for it too. It's the same charge as producing methamphetamines. Okay? But we brought Brittany Griner home. And in the meantime, our federal laws remain that marijuana is a Schedule 1 narcotic. Bitch, you got me fucked up. I'm confused as to why the fuck you're working so hard for Brittany Griner, who went to another country and knowingly violated their laws. And you know that these marijuana laws are ridiculous, and you're saying this in this interview, and then you're not making marijuana legal here in America. Make it make sense for me, please. Please make it make sense for me, because I don't get it. Like I said, I don't have anything against Brittany Griner. I just don't care, okay? I don't care about her previous public showings. I don't care what her plus minus in the WNBA is. She's in the news. That's all I know about her. I don't have any personal opinions against her. I don't care that she's a lesbian. I don't care about any of that shit, okay? What I care about is that I think it was a shitty trade. One, to trade an arms dealer for a fucking marijuana possessing basketball player. And two, I think it's ridiculous that you're rescuing an American citizen who violated another country's laws while still having the same ridiculous fucking laws here in this country. What sense does that even make? And why, as people, do we take this shit? I want people to, I love peace and I love quiet and shit, but like, what the fuck? I'm not going to go somewhere where they're going to throw me under the jail for smoking either, Alexis. And I don't really care about the shit that she talked or any of that, protest shit. Cause I'm with them on the protest. I don't like police brutality either. I don't like systemic injustice either. I get called a conservative on a regular basis, but I am a conservative in several views. And I'm also a liberal in others. Okay. Not the liberal in the sense of I want to fucking like dye my hair green and screech whenever I don't get my way or cancel people. But, like liberal as in I like new ideas and I like to help people. You know what I mean? I just can't understand how the fuck we traded Brittany Griner for a goddamn arms dealer. Whenever we pretend that we give a fuck about our kids here, we're steadily trying to work on firearms bills here to protect our children because they're unsafe in school, according to the media. The irony is there. I agree. The irony is there. But none of this shit makes sense. The irony is so thick in this one that it's ridiculous. And by the way, let's go ahead and join Brittany Griner in her illegal activities. The biggest problem with this morning's Wake and Bake is it's going to fuck my day up. I'm going to be tired as fuck. I'm going to turn on some Mr. Rogers or something after this, and I'm just going to fucking stare at the TV for 2 hours. Griner is LGBTQ, has been in the world spotlight, bigger name than regular Paul. Why not? What is up with Paul? What is Paul's name? Anyway, let's go back and check on this Paul guy. Someone tell me about Paul. I can't even find his name again. Oh, Paul Whelan. Did I share this tab? No. Let's share this tab. Okay, we're going to DuckDuckGo. Let's see what Paul did. And seriously, I know nothing about Paul. Paul Whelan. Not giving up on securing. He's a security director. Canadian-born, former United States Marine. A Canadian-born ex-United States Marine, U.S. British, and Irish citizenship. He was arrested in Russia on December 28, 2018, accused of spying. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they probably accused this motherfucker right. He's got citizenship as a, uh, ex-United States Marine with U.S., British, and Irish citizenship, Canadian-born. The guy's definitely a spy, okay? The guy's definitely a spy. Come on. The guy's a fucking spy. All right? Let's not pretend that Paul's not a spy. But if we're going to make a trade and we're going to trade for someone who apparently is selling arms, an illegal arms dealer, which is a big deal because we care about our kids, remember? No, we don't need those scary black guns here. Only hunting rifles. That shit, remember? We don't need guns. Less guns. Yeah. Well, if you're going to trade someone for a fucking arms dealer, it should have been Paul. You shit the bed with this one, America. You shit the bed. It was a bad trade. In the history of trades, this is a fucking bad one. This is a shitty one, boys and girls. This is like trading Wayne Gretzky for Tony Twist. This is like trading Wayne Gretzky for Tony Twist. Sure, Tony's good. He can throw a punch. When's the last time he scored a fucking goal? Huh? Guy can't play any hockey. He can fist fight. That's it. Brittany Griner can't even do that. Well, maybe she can. She's like 6'7". She probably kick a bunch of ass. She looks mean as fuck. She's tattooed all over. Looks like she's already been in prison, which is funny because now she gets thrown in prison and she's like, boo. That shit is fucked up. I don't know the sports talk either, but here, Wayne Gretzky was the best hockey player to ever stand on the ice, and Tony Twist was just a goon who beat people up, okay? I love you, Tony. You could be watching this. You're in St. Louis. I've met you. We know each. I bowl with your daughter. Yeah, Tony could see this, and he could beat the shit out of me. But trading, even Tony will tell you that he wouldn't get traded for Wayne Gretzky because that's a fucking retarded trade. Okay, so like trading Brittany Griner for a Russian arms dealer was a terrible trade, and it was more Democratic Party bullshit to fucking win votes. Oh my God, Joe Biden cares about us gay people who smoke weed. No, he doesn't. Because if he did, he would decriminalize the shit here. Okay. And that's exactly right. You're telling other countries, hey, arrest celebrities and we'll trade you for our top prisoners. Gotta catch them all. It becomes a weird game of Pokemon at that point. Brittany Griner for a fucking arms dealer. Where that ice cream at? That's all I care about too. Where the ice cream? Where the ice cream? Where the ice cream? It's too early for ice cream. I'm an adult, but it's too early for ice cream. These fucking people. Okay, we put that banner up there. One comment. Where the ice cream? Where the ice cream? I wish I had an editor. If I could edit video, I could make some bomb ass songs on the stupid shit that I say here, you know? Hey, 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 hey. So, anyway, to recap, weed is tolerated here in Missouri. Don't get caught smoking out in public. I imagine that a Karen gets involved and she's like, oh my God, they smell like skunk weed. I've already seen people complaining about, oh, I can't stand the smell of weed. Have you ever, like, bitch, your breath stinks probably. Okay. That's why you don't like the smell of weed, because it combines with your badass mouth breath and makes it smell like a shit sandwich is riding on your top lip. That's why you don't like weed, you fucking negative Nancy. I bet you're fun at parties. Fucking nerd. It's the fucking 2020, man. 2022. The smell of weed is beautiful, delicious. I know an editor. His name is Rob Grounds. I don't know who said that, but yeah, if you don't like the smell of weed, don't go to Broccoli's house because they'd be smelling like weed in this motherfucker. It's the Sensies, though. I buy these little wax things. They're like marijuana scented. Yeah. No, I'm lying. It's the weed. It's 2020. It still feels like 2020. Is 2020 over for you yet? No. We're still dealing with COVID bullshit, even though that's all whack as fuck now. Like, goddamn, man. I don't even want to. Don't get me started. The numbers will go, woo! Everybody who was wrong about that, I'll turn this shit the fuck off because they don't want to hear that. Send me his info, but I'm not paying anybody to do any editing for me, man. Like, I just don't have I'm not that entertaining to pay for an editor yet. At least I don't think. Seriously, the whole time has been 2020. You aren't the only. I really do feel like it's still 2020. It's 2022. Gonna be 2023 in less than 20 days. No, 23 days. You know what though? I like the end of the year, and I'll tell you why I like the end of the year, because it's the time that everybody does their end of the year lists, like the best of, you know. So he's cool as hell. He'd probably love to help you. Well, that's cool. Send me his info. I dig it. I mean, if somebody out there would like to help me further this and do this better, I'll do this every day. I have guests. I'll set up a trailer, a mobile camper to drive around and do mobile podcasts. I'll have fans, or not fans. I'll have guests, people, mobile join. You can do that anytime you want. You know. Today's the 8th. 23 and 8 is 31. Okay. I mean, you know, so there's 23 days left aside from today. You do need, I don't know who you are, but I'll have anybody on. You come here, bring me a subject. I'd love to have conversations with people, random people, people I know, strangers, friends, foes. I like to talk, man. It's my jam. That's why I do this. I just get on here and talk to myself for a while, you know? Brittany Griner for a motherfucking arms dealer. God damn. They just took advantage of old Slow Joe, didn't they? They're like, yeah, Joe, here's an ice cream cone and Brittany Griner. That lady will trade her for the murdering, gun-selling arms dealer. That's a good deal, right? Even though Brittany Griner never hurt anybody. You do have stories that shock the shit out of me. Yeah, well, you know, Sam Page is a piece of shit, man. And if they do these things behind a camera, no one pays attention. No one pays attention to what they do anyway. The St. Louis County Council meetings are fucking desolate. Like, you go in there, there's like 18 people there. And like 6 of them are there because they're getting some sort of acknowledgement or just watching. 4 of them are reporters. And a couple of them are like parents of deceased people who are getting nothing from the county council except ignored. So that's what the county council meetings are. They're fucking garbage. County council's garbage. Sam Page is garbage. The county elects are garbage. The chairmans are garbage. The electorates are garbage. The fucking representatives are garbage. Lather, rinse, repeat all the way to the White House. The higher up the ladder you go, the more expensive their suits get. That's the only thing that changes. Semi-auto gun ban on the Fed level in Illinois. What's the recoil? I'd like to think that shit wouldn't work. But there are people out there that are so dumb they think that semi-automatic means some shit. And they're like, oh my God, our kids are under danger. And in the middle of a semi-auto gun ban talks, we're releasing a Russian arms dealer who no doubt is selling arms that were produced by an American superpower weapons company. Fuck, man. This shit blows my mind. And we just keep taking it. And we just keep taking it. And people want to argue, oh, Donald Trump's going to save us, or Joe Biden, anything's better than Trump. I've never wanted to punch people in the forehead more when they say shit like that to me. Just right in the forehead. I just want to put 4 knuckle prints. Dunk, 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 dunk. Be like, why'd you do that? Like, because you're fucking stupid. I thought maybe if I just gave you a jab in the forehead, that it would reset that fucking dumbass brain that rattles around in there and doesn't think for itself. Fucking Jesus. I'm with you, Alexis. I'm with you on that. The scary thing is, saying that makes you a domestic terrorist. That's what's fucked up. In a country built on an overthrown government, overthrown by cannabis growing, alcohol drinking, gun toting, cop shooting, fucking rebels. That makes you a domestic terrorist. And listen, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but they are keeping track of everybody who says shit like that. The problem is they're not going to come collect. If they do a semi-auto ban, it'll just be a semi-auto ban for sales from this point on. Now, let me tell you, man, there's a lot of industries here in this country that do not like that idea because they want to continue to sell semi-automatic weapons to the public because America loves its guns, okay? There was just millions of deer hunters out there with fucking scary black guns, scary wood guns, and they didn't kill nobody. Mike, we can save ourselves. That's the thing that we need to know, is that we can save ourselves. We the people. United we stand. That's what all that shit's about, man. All that shit they taught you in elementary school, all that shit where they pumped you up on a nationalism, where they told you America was the best place. That shit can all be true. But it's up to us to make that vision real, because the people that we've tasked with it have lost their fucking minds. They've sold us out to corporations. I mean, all you need to do is look at the last 3 years of pandemic bullshit to see that. The vaccine did nothing. The virus came from a laboratory, and fucking, like, they're still pushing boosters. They're still working on emergency approval for kids under 5, even though kids under 5 are fucking untouched by COVID. Untouched. Why? We're still taking this shit, and there aren't pharmaceutical executives swinging from branches in places. Blows my fucking mind. Now, I don't want to be any of those things. I don't want to be violent. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be oppressed. I don't want to be any of those things. But God damn it, man, we can't keep taking this shit, because the more we take, the more they push. I just want to be left the fuck alone like you do. That's it. I don't want to be taxed 50% of my fucking income. For what? To get nothing in return, to pay for everything, to have the price of living jacked up beyond what most people can afford? Have you been grocery shopping? The shit is nuts. Oh, yeah, the virus came from a bat that someone ate down the street from the Wuhan Novel Coronavirus Center. And you know, latest reports of that shit probably came from an American leak. Like, we don't talk about any of that shit, though. And honestly, saying this shit on YouTube and Facebook could get me thrown off, but I don't give a fuck. If you throw me off of here, it doesn't matter. I'll just go enjoy my life without the shit. Please throw me off. Here's the thing about uniting on this issue, Alexis. There are a bunch of fucking people out there that just refuse to team up with people that don't 100% agree with everything on them. You get what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you, lefties, it's you most of the time. Like, the left side of the fence is fucking nuts. I'm not all conservative. I'm going to tell you that, man. I got a lot of right-leaning ideas, all right, based on guns and freedom. And I didn't make those right-handed ideas. The media did. But they've made it so polarized, man. Seriously. But the left is way more intolerant than the right. Let's be honest. We can call the right racists and fucking anti-Semitic and all that shit all you want. Who's doing the canceling? Who's doing, like, it feels like to me like conservatives change the channel if they don't like what they're watching. The lefties, they will cancel you if you say shit they don't want. They will go out of their way. They're like, we don't need to hear you anymore. You shouldn't be on the internet anymore. You shouldn't be here. I'm about letting people say whatever the fuck they want, and then you make the choice. I don't care if you're too stupid to decide for yourself. This is how the shit works itself out. This is how we get smarter people. We stop making their decisions and thoughts for them, and we start letting them think for themselves. And then in schools and in environments and social training, we teach them to think and succeed for themselves. I'm so tired of people talking about anxiety and letting it control them, and like, what, they just fold up. Oh my God, I can't take the stress of everyday life. Dude, you sound like a bitch right now. You sound like a bitch, like your life isn't even that bad. Unless there's some shit fucking crumbling on you and the world is going crazy, you shouldn't be whining like that, man. Fuck, I don't want to sound like a jerk. I know there's a lot of people with anxiety problems and shit, like, but it is an excuse to get out of so much shit these days. And dude, it used to just be that you were nervous about something, or you had the butterflies, and then guess how you got used to it? You addressed it. You went and did those things. You addressed your fears. You know, I don't like public speaking. Yeah, most people don't. But you still had to do it in school. We didn't say, oh, it's okay, you have anxiety, because we wanted to condition you to be able to handle life. And life is fucking hard. It's unfair. It's fucking savage, man. Why are we fucking trying to raise kids for an unrealistic world that doesn't exist? People are going to not like you. People are going to say shitty things about you. People are going to do things you don't like. Guess what? That's life. You can't fold up, go in a fetal position. I have anxiety. Doesn't work, bud. And having anxiety doesn't pay your bills. It doesn't put food on your table. None of that shit, man. We've gotten soft and we've gotten stupid. And I don't like it. Nobody's going to give, folks going to Illinois today and thinking they're safe, still crossing state lines, federal level, right? I really don't see the police ever pressing anybody for coming back from Illinois with weed. I mean, it is technically federally illegal. And like I said before, you could always get that officer. Be careful. People are going to go to Illinois and buy weed. They've been doing it, coming back and forth, man. I don't even think these cops know. Honestly, most of them don't. Just don't. I would say, just if you're going to go somewhere, if you go to Illinois and you buy marijuana, wait till you get home to consume it. Don't be smoking in your cars or out in public today. You're going to agitate the authorities and the people around you that don't like the laws. And be careful. I love you too, Mike. So that's my spiel today. What a weird world, dude. I like my local farmers market, and I will always go black market. I haven't seen a police officer in my neighborhood in months, so I will still be smoking blunts outside. Alexis, I would say, knowing where you live and what area you live, please smoke blunts outside. There are places that you're going to have, like, you can smoke blunts outside in the city, okay? As long as you're not outside of like a crowded restaurant, a mall, a place of business, you're probably not going to catch any shit whatsoever. I bring up the $100 fine because it's a real thing, and because I'm irritated about the fact that we have less rights now than we did before we voted for this bill. Like, that's the truth. Okay. Like, while it was illegal to drive around with 3 ounces of weed, I get it. You 100% had less rights now than you did before Amendment 3 went through. Plus, the marijuana monopoly in Missouri that's established in the medical marijuana monopoly world, that was supposed to be a lottery and a blind draw, was totally set up, rigged, and it was an oligarchy bullshit, corporate fucking money hustle that locked us out. And I'd like to be involved in the marijuana industry. I love marijuana. I'd love to be involved in the marijuana industry on a legal level. But unfortunately, they don't let the serfs in, and I'm a serf. So I'm irritated and agitated about the current construct. Don, that's how they do it. When they put it on a ballot, they give you like the sunshine. Like they told us that it was going to expunge all the marijuana records in Missouri. That's false. The current marijuana expungement affects 27 people in Missouri. 27 people. That's how many people in Missouri are going to get their records expunged, right? Everyone else has to jump through legalities and loopholes that they don't even have set. There were no real guidelines set. They didn't say, okay, well, we won't expunge you if you have this, like violent crime, previous records, shit like that. But they didn't make that list. So they can basically deny you for anything they want. They just have like a gray zone. It's up to how they feel or how much money you spent or who your lawyer is. And I hate whenever the shit's like that. I want drawn lines. I want bold print explaining exactly how this works. We didn't get that with this amendment. Okay. We got fucked is what we got. So unfortunate. But I will take advantage of what was good about the bill. Okay. I will. So, like I said, I love the marijuana. Yeah. It's way too many. And it was a constitutional amendment. Alexis, I dream, me and my wife talk shit about that. A coffee shop that you could smoke in. We talked about KB's coffee shop, Kayla and Brock, Kayla's coffee, Brock's buds. But, alas, public consumption is bad. But I do want to look into private clubs and consumption lounges because that would be my wheelhouse right there, man. So if anybody's out there and you want to get involved in that kind of business and you'd like to bring me into your project for whatever reason, hit me up, man. I'd love to talk turkey and work on these things. So, a private club may be in order. A club where you join, you pay a membership, you come inside, we do what we want. It's a private club. You could come in and pay a daily fee to come play. But it's a private club, and when it's a private club in other cities, you can bring wine and beer. You can't sell it, no liquor license, but a private club, like a sports facility, like a sports club that isn't really a sports club. We like play ping pong and pinball, drink beers, and smoke joints together. But I don't know. We'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out. And no matter what, I'm going to keep on keeping on, and I'm going to enjoy my life. Because life, aside from all the bullshit that we read in the news and the media, life is pretty good, guys. Your neighbors aren't your enemy. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. It feels like a dangerous world, and it is a dangerous world, and life is hard and fucked up and unfair, but it's still a really good life. And I want you today, instead of looking at negative shit, I want you to look at like something positive. I want you to try to be nice to people, man. Be friendly and shit. Just try it. Because like even to the mean pieces of shit who aren't nice, those people need it more than anybody does. So be nice to everybody today, man. Please. It's a gray day. It's also a beautiful day. So I'm going to get off of here. I got shit to do today. I got a garage to clean. I've got just errands to run, shit to read. I hope you guys have an incredible day. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Hit me up if you have any ideas or interests, and try to enjoy yourself today, man. Find some shit that you like and do that shit. Later.